Before we begin, we would like to inform you that this is a special series on the surahs. As per the request of our beloved brothers and sisters, we are starting this series. In this series, we will not be going into deep or detailed analysis of each surah. Instead, our aim is to help you understand the basic meaning and how to apply it in your daily life, so that when you recite these surahs, you don't just read the words. You also have a simple understanding of what you are reciting and can connect with it better. You can find all the videos in our dedicated playlist titled Understanding the Surahs. All praise is due to Allah, the One, the Absolute. Peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're exploring one of the most powerful and beautiful chapters of the Qur'an, Surah Al-Ikhlas. Though it's only 4 verses long, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this surah is equal to 1/3 of the Qur'an. Let's understand why it's so special. The backstory. Why was this surah revealed? Where and when? Surah Al-Ikhlas was revealed in Mecca in the early period of Islam. This was a time when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was calling people to leave idol worship and believe in one God. The story of revelation. One day, a group of people came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some narrations say they were polytheists from Mecca who worshipped idols. Other narrations mention they were Jewish rabbis or Christian scholars. They had a challenge for him. They asked, "O Muhammad, describe your Lord to us. What is he made of? What is his lineage? Who are his parents? What family does he belong to?" You see, the Arabs were used to idol worship, gods made of stone and wood. The Christians believed in God having a son. The concept of a completely unique, incomparable God was difficult for many to grasp. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam waited. He didn't answer from his own knowledge. Instead, Allah himself answered from the heavens. And that answer was Surah Al-Ikhlas, short, clear, and complete. In just 4 verses, Allah described himself in a way that left no confusion. Why this context matters. Understanding this backstory helps us appreciate the surah even more. It wasn't just revealed randomly, it was revealed to answer humanity's most important question: who is God? Even today, people ask the same questions. Is God like us? Does God have a family? What is God made of? And this surah remains the perfect answer, as relevant in the 21st century as it was 1400 years ago in the streets of Mecca. Now let's dive into the verses and see how Allah answered these questions. Ayath 1. Kul huwallahu ahad. Meaning of this ayath is, say, He is Allah, the One. Allah is telling the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to declare to everyone, God is one, not 2, not 3, just one. He's unique, unlike anything else. When we say ahad, we mean absolutely one. There's no partner, no equal, no comparison to Allah. Why it matters in daily life. In our daily lives, we face many distractions. We might be tempted to worship money, fame, or people's approval. This verse reminds us, only Allah deserves our complete devotion. When you're stressed about getting that promotion or worried about what people think of you, remember, only Allah's opinion matters. This brings peace to your heart. Ayath 2. Allahu Samad. Meaning of this ayath is, Allah, the eternal refuge, the self-sufficient. As-Samad has a beautiful meaning. It means Allah is the one everyone and everything depends on, but He depends on no one. He doesn't need food, sleep, or help. Everything needs Him, but He needs nothing. He's completely self-sufficient and perfect. Why it matters in daily life. When you're facing a problem, money issues, health concerns, relationship troubles, where do you turn first? This verse teaches us to turn to As-Samad. He's the ultimate refuge. People might let you down, solutions might fail, but Allah never fails. Before checking your phone for answers, turn to As-Samad in prayer. Ayath 3. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Meaning of this ayah: He neither begets nor is born. Allah doesn't have children, and He wasn't born from anyone. This is different from creation. Everything in creation comes from something else. Your parents had you, trees grow from seeds. But Allah? He's eternal, always existed and will always exist. He didn't start, and He won't end. Why it matters in daily life. This verse clears all confusion about God's nature. When someone says, God has a son, or God was created, you know they don't understand Allah. Understanding this correctly helps you worship properly. You don't imagine Allah like humans, or try to draw Him, or think of Him having human qualities. This protects your faith from wrong beliefs. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Meaning of this ayat: And there is none comparable to Him. Nothing and no one is like Allah, not even close. You can compare two phones, two cars, two people, but Allah, incomparable. Your mind can't fully grasp His greatness because He's beyond comparison. The strongest person? Weak compared to Allah. The wisest mind? Limited compared to Allah's knowledge. Why it matters in daily life. When life feels overwhelming, when problems seem too big, remember this verse. You might face challenges that seem impossible, but the one you're asking for help is incomparable in power. No problem is too big for Allah. Gives you courage and hope. Also, it stops you from putting anyone on Allah's level. No celebrity, no leader, no scholar deserves the honor that belongs only to Allah. Surah Al-Ikhlas teaches us the most important lesson. Pure monotheism. Know Allah correctly, and everything else falls into place. If you truly understand Surah Al-Ikhlas, your heart becomes strong, your faith becomes pure, your dependence shifts from people to Allah. So don't just recite it. Understand it, feel it, live it. May Allah make us among those who understand His words, live by them, and strengthen our Tawheed. Ameen.